Hello everyone and welcome to a new programming tutorial on the Future Programmer YouTube channel. Today, you're going to learn how to install and use Jupyter Notebook, a fantastic development environment for Python programmers, especially for fields such as data science and machine learning. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Jupyter Notebook is a browser-based software development environment mainly for the programming language Python. Notebook files with the file extension .ipynb standing for IPython Notebook integrate code, plots, images, rich formatted text, program execution output, etc. This makes Jupyter a wonderful environment for programming fields like data science and machine learning, since data insights can be easily visualized and shared with others using notebooks. To install Jupyter Notebook, we can use the following command in our terminal, pip install notebook. So I'll be opening up command prompt and typing in pip install notebook. Now because I already have notebook as well as all of its dependencies installed, we will see requirement already satisfied, though you will probably see the progress bars showing the packages being installed. To view and edit notebook files, we first need to launch a notebook server using the command Jupyter Notebook. This will open your browser to an interface known as the Notebook dashboard, which is where you manage the files and folders of the directory where your notebook server was started from. Now what that means is right now, if I take a look at my command prompt window, you can see that the working directory is my C drive. So if I launch my Jupyter Notebook right now, I will see all of the files and folders in my C drive. If I want to check on a folder, let's say the folder right here, Jupyter Notebook Tutorial, what I can do is I can navigate to this folder inside of command prompt. So I can write cd and then press the J button, which is the first letter of my folder name. And then I'll press the tab button and it will auto-complete it for me. If I want to go back to my C drive, I can just write cd and then ... period, and then I'll go back to my C drive. Now I want to stay in Jupyter Notebook Tutorial, so I'm going to launch my Jupyter Notebook server from here. So Jupyter Notebook, as you can see here, in my browser, I'll be opened to this interface right here. This is the notebook dashboard. Right now you can see that the notebook list is empty. If you click the new button right here, you can make a folder, you can make a text file. Now we will be making a Python 3 Python kernel notebook. The first thing that you will usually do when you open a new Jupyter Notebook is change its name. So right now I'm going to change this to, let's say, tutorial. So if I go back to the notebook dashboard, you can see that our notebook name has changed to tutorial.ipynb. You can select a notebook file by either clicking the checkbox right here or just clicking anywhere that is not this link. And then you can duplicate it, shut down the kernel, view it, edit it, delete it, etc. So I'm going to click on this and open this file. So right now, inside of tutorial.ipynb, let's take a look at our interface. On the top here, you can see the header. Feel free to take a look around if you want to explore the options that are in the header. Now the main part of the interface, most of the stuff that you will use are located on the toolbar. You can save a file, you can append a cell below, you can cut a cell, you can copy a cell, you can paste a cell, you can move a cell up or down, you can run a cell, you can stop the kernel, you can restart it, and then you can restart and run the entire notebook. And this is the first thing that we'll take a look at. This is switching between code and markdown. So right now, I have a cell. This is a cell in Jupyter Notebook. I can make a new cell. This is a new cell in Jupyter Notebook. This is a cell, and this is another cell. Now, a cell in Jupyter Notebook is really just a place where we can write some code. And there are two types of code that we can write, Python code and Markdown code. What that means, right now you can see we have code here. That means Python code. So I can write something like import math. And I can print out math.square root 9, like this. And if I click the run button right here, or press Control Enter, they will do the same thing, and you can see 3.0 has been printed out. And that's the great thing about Jupyter Notebook. You can not only have the output in your file, you can also run them interactively in your browser. Now this is one type of cell. The other type of cell is Markdown, which is essentially formatted rich text. So if I change this cell, this code cell right now, to Markdown, I can do this in the dropdown, or I can use the keyboard shortcut M. If I just press M, it will be converted into Markdown. If I press the Y button, it will be converted into code. So I'm going to switch this into Markdown. Now make sure that you aren't selected here. So if you click M here, it will just be literally M in your cell. You want to make sure that you have selected the side of your cell, and this is blue. And if you press Y and M, they will switch between the two options. Now in Markdown, we can make a header using the hashtag sign. So maybe if we have hello Jupyter Notebook like this, and we can make some interesting text here. Let's say Jupyter Notebook is fun, like this. Now, if I run this right now, we can see that our formatted text, hello Jupyter Notebook, and Jupyter Notebook is fun. Now, this results in a cell that we don't really want. I can delete this using the keyboard shortcut DD. If I press the D button twice, it will delete the cell. If I made that as a mistake, I can press the Z button and it will come back. A lot of the keyboard shortcuts inside of Jupyter Notebook don't really use a modifier key like Control, Shift, and Alt. You just need to press one of the letters on your keyboard and it will work out. So let's delete this, and I can move this cell up to the top of our file using the up arrow right here. So hello Jupyter Notebook is fun, and we also have code in here. Hopefully this has shown you the great thing about Jupyter Notebook. It combines formatted text, it combines code, Python code, it combines program execution. You can also do other things such as plotting, data visualizations, and so on. Now, if you want to stop your Jupyter Notebook server, you can just go to command prompt right here, and what you can do is press Control C, which will close the server down. And then you can just feel free to click the close button right here, and you'll be all set to leave your Jupyter Notebook. And that's it for this tutorial on Jupyter Notebooks. If you found this video to be helpful, please consider subscribing down below to learn more about programming. If you need any help or have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. With that said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in more future tutorials.